8, 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. C'est bon? Il dit c'est pas bon. C'est bon? Oui. Merci. Yes, I. Right.
Invited guests, excellencies here gathered, our football legends, friends from the media, and our friends and football lovers from far and near to the much-awaited launch of the West African Football Union's Cup of Nations, the WAFU 2017 tournament to be hosted by Ghana. My name is Nathaniel Atop, and today I'll be keeping you company together with a very good friend of mine whom some months back was a very big rival at the final of the Africa Cup of Nations. That, of course, is a big story for later on. But once again, I'd like to say a very big welcome to you, our audience here in West Africa, all over the African continent, and the rest of the world. Ghana has a big story to tell the rest of the world in terms of its great and rich football history, and the movers and shakers are here under this one roof at the Labadi Beach Hotel. It's my pleasure to introduce to you one man who has played a great role in the emergence of the game and its development over the last 2 decades here in Ghana. It's not by accident that he plays the key role of president of the West African Football Union Zone B. He also happens to be an executive member, an executive council member of the world governing body, FIFA. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, to give us an official welcome and to start all of this off, my pleasure to welcome the gentleman who also is the president of the Ghana FA, the one and only Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi. Shall we put our hands together and welcome him?
Members of the Executive Committee of the Ghana Football Association, legends, football legends of Africa and Ghana in particular, members of the LOC, delegates from participating member countries, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Executive Committee of WAFU Zone B and WAFU Zone A, I extend fraternal greetings to everyone here. I wish to thank you most sincerely for turning up to this evening's event to witness the launch and the draw for the Fox Sports WAFU Cup of Nations. Our meeting here marks an important milestone in the annals of the history of West African football as our nations come together to celebrate football, our passion. This assembly of West African countries to participate in the football tournament under WAFU started as far back as 1974, serving as a platform for promoting unity, friendliness, and development of football among our member countries. I also want to welcome the Deputy Chief of Staff, Mr. Sensu. Welcome. However, due to some political instability and financial challenges in the past, the tournament was not held as regularly as it should have been. In a bid to sustain the tournament, it has gone through various transformations over the years. The most recent being the 2010, 2011, and 2013 editions held in Ghana, Nigeria, and Ghana, respectively. With West Africa now enjoying some peace and stability, it's imperative that Africa's strongest regional body takes advantage of this to further promote football. The current leadership of WAFU have resolved to make the WAFU Cup of Nations a permanent feature of the African football calendar. And to demonstrate this, the entire membership of the Executive Committee of the Confederation of African Football will be attending the finals of the tournament and hold meetings here as a direct show of support for the rebranded Fox Sports WAFU Cup of Nations under the leadership of CAF President Ahmad. The return of WAFU Cup of Nations has been largely possible through the massive financial injection Fox International TV, our headline sponsors, have generously made in support thereof. This financial backing from Fox will ensure the introduction of female and youth tournaments whilst reviving the WAFU interclubs competitions. Part of the funds from Fox Sports will also go into training courses and seminars aimed at promoting and improving the game in Africa and to continue to make us the torchbearers of the game in Africa. The support and cooperation of member countries and other stakeholders will ensure that West Africa becomes as vibrant as all of us want, with competitions for national teams, club size, women and youth football. In the first step of this major revival, I'm happy to announce that the 16 member countries will be taking part in the 2017 WAFU Cup of Nations to be hosted in Ghana from the 9th to 24th September 2017. This morning, I had a rare privilege of attending the workshop for the tournament, and I'm happy to announce that all the 60 member countries sent their key officials to attend the event and for this evening's draw. This is a show of their commitment to the competition. I want to thank all the delegates who traveled from their countries to attend today's events. In March this year, Fox International Club Competitions was held in Dakar, Senegal. Champion clubs of 4 of our member countries took part in the interclub competition. We are effectively underway with reviving West African football. I want to use this opportunity to thank Fox Sports for the confidence they have shown in football in Africa, and West Africa in particular. I want to assure them that we will ensure our competitions become the best among the zones in Africa. Through performances at the African Cup of Nations and the World Cup, West Africa has proven that it is the best in terms of performance in Africa. And I'm confident that we will replicate this with the Fox Sports WAFU Cup of Nations. Our partnership with Fox TV has proven that corporate support is the engine of football development. And it is our hope that corporate bodies will emulate the shining example of Fox TV International to help develop the game in our sub-region. Football talents abound in the sub-region. Our sub-region is noted for its passion for the beautiful game. Football in West Africa is a huge marketing vehicle which corporate entities can leverage in partnership with WAFU. Finally, let me take this opportunity to thank the government of Ghana, led by His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for kindly approving our request to host this tournament in Ghana. I also wish to thank the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Isaac Esiama, who has been unflinching in his support for WAFU's programs. And to the Director General of the National Sports Authority, we are grateful for all your help. Let me also thank the local organizing committee for being on point in the delivery of the targets we have set for them. The staff of the WAFU Secretariat also need to be commended for their tireless efforts. I want to encourage all of you to continue to work hard to deliver a successful tournament. Our friends from the media cannot be left out. The media has also been very supportive of our plans, and we urge them to continue to make the tournament a success. Some of them have traveled from other parts of West Africa to attend this event, and we are grateful for your support and your immense and continuous support. And as we set to launch the WAFU Sports WAFU Cup of Nations, it is my expectation that we will have a very successful tournament to make a stronger case for more corporate involvement in the game. Once again, thank you very much and have a good evening.
A couple of mine in the last two finals of the Africa Cup of Nations. He is a member of the very big Fox Sports family, and he's known all over the African continent for the excellent analysis that he does when it comes to international football competitions. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my good friend, Mamadou Gueye, who will be helping us to understand everything in French. Please put your hands together. He beat me in 1992, and he beat me 2 editions ago. But the next time around, I surely will be stepping on top of his head, probably. Please put your hands together for him one more time.
La prochaine fois, ça sera la coupe de l'UFOA, des nations de l'UFOA. Et on va encore vous battre. We will beat you again. The next one will be the WAFU Nation Cup. In Ghana, we will beat you again.
Well, nobody applauded. That means that you don't agree with him, do you? Thank you very much, Mamadou Gueye. We'll be doing this together, and I'm very sure that together we'll all have a very successful look ahead to the Fox Sports WAFU Tournament 2017 hosted by Ghana. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce to you some members of the very big family that we've gathered here tonight for this very important occasion in our football, in the sports here in Ghana. Honorable Isaac Isiama, please put your hands together for him. Mr. Robert Safo-Mensah is the Director General of the National Sports Authority, under whom our 2 big venues will be. Please put your hands together for him. I am also glad to acknowledge the presence of the 2 key men at the helm of the local organizing committee who will ensure that we will have a memorable experience at the Fox Sports Ghana 2017 WAFU tournament. My pleasure to acknowledge the presence of Mr. George Efriye. And he chairs the local organizing committee. He is ably supported by his one-time vice president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Fred, in the Dutch Eredivisie. Ladies and gentlemen, he also was CEO once of the Dutch Eredivisie and is now executive vice president of Fox Sport. With a very big round of applause for our next address, my pleasure to welcome up onto the stage Mr. Frank Rotten.
Mr. Frank Rotten, directeur exécutif de Fox.
Thank you. Thank you all. I would like to start with a warm welcome, especially to the Minister of Sports and also, of course, to the President of WAFU B, but also to the members of the LOC, the representatives of all the 16 nations which will be participating in this great event, and also, of course, the representatives of the media and all other distinguished guests. A warm welcome on behalf of Fox for this draw event, for the first WAFU Cup of Nations, which will be held under the partnership of Fox together with WAFU. A partnership which is unique in its kind. For the first time, Fox Sports, the world's leading sport channel, is investing in a long-term partnership in African football. We choose football, of course, for a reason. It's, after all, the leading sports in the continent and in the world. But also because we see the opportunity to build and revitalize the WAFU Cup of Nations into a biannual event at a very high standard. For this, we work closely together with CAF, WAFU, and the local organizing committee. We know this event had to be scheduled in an already very congested calendar. For this reason, we agreed on a format which starts with a knockout, where teams are seeded based on the FIFA ranking of June 2017. We are confident that this 16 days tournament involving 16 national teams will be a big success on the base of which we can build our joint future success. Our objective is also to organize other WAFU events, like the President already addressed, for other WAFU teams, women teams, under 17, under 20, under 23, on a quarterly basis. Because we're not only here for this great big event, but also here to help further develop football in the region. So let this tournament be an example of how we want to build the future event in the region, which brings joy to all the football fans in the region, but also on TV and in the world. Because this event will be broadcasted in multiple territories all over the world. I want to end with a big thank you to the President of the Ghana Football Federation and his team, as well as to the LOC, to host this tournament and to help us organizing this remarkable event. Thank you.
Would like to say a very big thank you to Mr. Frank Rotten. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, shall we appreciate him with a big round of applause? From every indication, we are going to see some of the best football we can ever find in any geographical spot around the world. And that's what excites me as a sports journalist, and I'm sure my other colleagues as well are looking forward to covering this and sending the great message of our football, not only here in Ghana, but in the sub-region to the rest of the world. I'd like to also remind all of you that we're live on the national broadcaster, specifically on the GTV Sports Plus channel. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, some more introductions of our big names and faces who keep the wheels of football in our great nation of Ghana grinding. I'm glad to acknowledge the presence of a renowned football administrator who won. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, she is shining the light for other women of substance to get into football and add to the quality and spread the great message of the sport to the rest of the world. She happens to be the only member of the executive committee of the Ghana Football Association female. Shall we put our hands together for the one and only Leone Adi. Also seated next to her is a board member of one of the oldest existing football clubs on the African continent. I'm talking about the almighty Accra Hearts of Oak, who have conquered Africa on a couple of occasions. He also is an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Frank Nelson Nwokolo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have very strong support from WAFU and its executive. I'd like to acknowledge very kindly the support that we're getting from the Secretary General of WAFU Zone A, Monsieur Jamais Bojang. Would also like to say a very big welcome and acknowledge the presence of Mr. Aka Malan, who's the Secretary General of WAFU Zone B.
Monsieur Aka,
African continent when it comes to the football governing body, CAF. He started it right here from his role within his indigenous club, Real Tamale United, where for several years he played the role of board chairman. He has also served in the very distinguished position of president or chairperson of the Ghana Football Association, as it was known back in the day. He also very much serves with a lot of passion as a match commissioner on the African continent. A distinguished traditional ruler of our time, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Lepora MND Jawula. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we carry on with the action right here as we look ahead very much to that draw and know where the friendly battles will be drawn on the pitches in 2nd D and in Cape Coast. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to get a formal word from the Republic of Ghana, whose execution of all of its developmental efforts in sport, and for that matter football, are done through the Ministry of Youth and Sports. My pleasure to welcome up here a Member of Parliament who serves with a lot of passion and also is looking ahead to this very great tournament and serves this nation of Ghana as Minister for Youth and Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me with a round of applause to welcome Honorable Isaac Isiama.
l'honorable Isaac Essiaka, ministre des Sports et de la Jeunesse du Ghana.
MCs for this occasion, thank you very much. On behalf of His Excellency, the President of Ghana, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, let me welcome you all, our brothers from across the West African sub-region, to this very important meeting. I'm happy that the GFA President did indicate that this very important event that's going to be held in Ghana has received the blessing of this government. And we are proud to be part of this very important program. Mr. Deputy Chief of Staff, Asenso Boache, Mr. Director General, Sports Authority, Mr. President, Ghana indeed is proud for this bold initiative from all of you. And we are going to make this occasion a memorable one, not only for Ghana, but for the rest of the world. Over the years, West Africa has proven to be the powerhouse of African football, considering the performance of our countries in the Africa Cup of Nations tournament and, of course, the World Cup. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate the leadership of WAFU for overcoming this organizational challenge, and of course, for positioning the sub-region as the apex of football in Africa. The sticking point here has always been that, despite the talents available in West Africa, the West African sub-region has been able to continuously organize the WAFU Nations Cup for its dominance on the African continent and, of course, on the global stage. As such, the decision by the leadership of WAFU to partner with Force Sports to start the Force Sports WAFU Cup of Nations is indeed very welcome and a massive boost for football in our sub-region. With the healthy rivalry between our West African countries, I'm sure all of us cannot wait to see exciting games like Mali against Congo, Liberia versus Burkina Faso, and of course, Ghana against our own brothers, Nigeria. That's very exciting. We hope that the peace that we are enjoying in West Africa can be further enhanced if we encourage sporting events between our respective countries. The emergence of American television giants, Fox Broadcasting Company, as sponsors of the competition, will enhance the global visibility of the event and create investment opportunities for the countries of the sub-region. Let me thank Fox Sports for their support to the development of football in West Africa. We hope that this relationship will continue for many years and they can further be expanded to consider taking the television rights for domestic leagues in West Africa. The government of Ghana wishes to assure you that in collaboration with the local organizing committee, that the LOC, we will ensure that this tournament will have all the facilities that will make this tournament a success. When you arrive in September for the tournament, we not only promise you a sporting event, but also a sporting festival that will allow all of us to fraternize and celebrate the beautiful game and friendship as West Africans. Let us use this opportunity to encourage my friends in the media to promote the tournament and make it worthwhile for the people of Ghana and, of course, for the entire continent and, of course, for the global world. I wish all participating countries good luck for the tournament, and once again, let me assure you that Ghana is ever ready for Fourth World Cup of Nations 2017. Thank you.
Going for the Honorable Minister.
Les applaudissements pour le ministre du Sport.
And of course, as he mentioned, everybody who visits Ghana during that period will get to acknowledge and of course enjoy the beautiful scenery, the beautiful people, our hospitality, our food, our music and our dance. And talk about music and dance, we've got something beautiful for you to enjoy as you sit back in your seats right here and of course, wherever you're joining us from around the world. Before that, however, my pleasure to acknowledge the presence of a journalist by training who has devoted all of his professional life to professional football administration. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of Ashanti Gold Football Club, who have conquered the league here in Ghana a couple of times, and of course also become runners-up of the CAF Champions League. He also heads the club's body here in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kujofiano. So ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to welcome up onto the stage at this time, the Ghana Dance Company. Please put your hands together.
Ghana Dance Company qui va nous entretenir maintenant. Donc, des applaudissements. Ghana Company. Big hand for Ghana Company. Des applaudissements. Merci, monsieur, mesdames. Donc, mon collègue Atto me dit de vous...
I will not go into that subject. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for the Ghana Dance Company. In a few moments, we will get to know who battles who on the lush green pitches in Cape Coast and Secondary.
Dans très peu de temps, nous allons...
Gentlemen, before we go ahead, remember that here in Africa, as part of what identifies us as a people, we believe very much in family, and we believe very much in giving the credit to who it's due. I'd like to, at this point, acknowledge a few more of our very strong members of the family who are here with us. An executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association who also plays key roles within management of our juvenile teams, Lawyer Kweku Eya. Also here with us is the man who coordinates all of the activity when it comes to our Ghana Premier League. Please put your hands together for Mr. Ashford Tete Oku. So late Ghana, Alhaji Abu Jones Alasan. There's a fine gentleman about to mount this stage to let us in on the mechanics of what's going to happen with putting all the teams in the groups. Of course, these are groups of teams here on the West African sub-regional area, and I'm glad to note that we have ambassadors of the respective nations taking part in this very great competition here with us. May I respectfully ask that they stand so we acknowledge them with a round of applause.
Donc nous avons la présence de quelques ambassadeurs, de quelques diplomates qui sont venus assister à ce tirage.
To be able to access the action. He has dedicated over 30 years of his life to commentary in football and boxing. And of course, has done a lot of work within the Fox Sports family and all of its affiliates around the world. Of course, many of you love to hear his voice anytime all of those big clubs are playing in the English Premier League.
Et il s'appelle Monsieur...
Thank you, Nathaniel.
Thank you.
Follow
Welcome,
that.
Paul.
Thank you, Mama.
Bienvenue, Paul.
Merci. Sure.
A very quick
Thank
question, Paul. Back in the days when you were doing, boxing commentary, did you ever want to jump into the ring?
You must be kidding me.
I'm so old, ladies and gentlemen.
I grew up
idolizing
you
as Yuma Nelson.
Number one, that is how
How old I am. And number two, as Yuma Nelson
fought
and beat a very great
a fine friend of mine, Jim
McDonald for the
WBA, I believe, featherweight championship at the Royal Albert Hall in London in, I think, 1985 or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Well, it was the longest hour of McDonald's life, and for all his friends like me,
the longest hour of our lives. And
we will
try not to be quite
that long here this evening. I want to thank you for a splendid show.
Thank you very much. All the best with the
Thank you very much indeed.
Please put your hands together one more time.
Well, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, Mr. Minister for Youth and Sport here in Ghana, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. May I start by saying that I am very honoured to be here and thank you for the invitation. The inaugural WAFU Cup of Nations, featuring all 16 nations from
two unions, West Zone A and West Zone B. And the eyes of the world are upon us now.
Brilliant finish.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to start the ball rolling. First, a word about the trophy that we're going to play for. Designed and manufactured in Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Let's bring it onto the stage, along with some of Ghana's legends of the game. Ibrahim Tanko, a Champions League winner with Borussia Dortmund at the age of just 17.
Bayern Munich, a winner. Thank you, gentlemen. So,
I think you'll agree it is a magnificent piece of work, ladies and gentlemen. Like all the other great trophies, you will not get this to keep forever.
you do, however, get to put your name on it forever. And of course, there's nothing quite like being the first. A replica trophy to the winning nation to mark the achievement permanently. And of course, the considerable matter of the prize money, courtesy of Fox Sports Africa, for the winners of our final, to be played in Sekondi Tokoradi on Sunday, September the 24th. And this is where it all begins. How do we get there? Our special guests, as said, will play a central role here, regardless of their former position on the field. Some of the great names of African football, fantastic to see them again here. Also, I'd like you to welcome, please, to join us as an invigilator, Anthony Bafo, well known, of course, to many of you, founder and general secretary of the Ghana Players Union. He has just returned from duty in Russia at the FIFA Confederations Cup, as I have done. He had a much more important role as a general coordinator. And also, thank you, Anthony. And also to assist Anthony, we have Kyle de Klerk, Director of Business and Commercial for Fox Sports Africa, to oversee the draw. Thank you, Kyle. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we start, 16 competing teams, West Zone A, West Zone B, 2 match venues, the magnificent new stadium in Cape Coast, and the stadium used in the 2008 CAF Cup of Nations in Sekondi Tokoradi. And as no doubt you are aware, there are in fact 9 nations in West Zone A and 7 in West Zone B, all invited to play here for this inaugural WAFU Cup of Nations 2017. 16 teams in all, seeded according to their FIFA ranking of June the 1st, 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, also to acknowledge that we have so many French-speaking nations taking part in this tournament, it's only right and proper that we do conduct the draw ceremony in both French and English. So I'm going to ask our good friend, Mamadou Gueye, to provide the translation, because clearly my French would not stand up to this test. So Mama, if you would go to the other side of the hall, and we'll play 2 wide men, 1 right and 1 left. You're the left winger of this team, on the other side. Thank you. So Mama will provide the simultaneous translation as we go. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana, our host nation, ranked number 5 in the FIFA rankings currently. And as in all major international competitions, the host nation will go into the top seeded position. So, the host nation, Ghana, will go to Group A. And Africa's number 1 FIFA ranked country currently, Senegal, will head Group B.
Donc Ghana, le Ghana en tant que pays hôte sera tête du chapeau à Takoradi Sekondi, et le Sénégal, qui est premier au classement de la FIFA, sera et sera en tête du groupe B.
Thank you, Mamadou. So, ladies and gentlemen, first question. Who will play Ghana in what will be the first match of this new tournament? It will be one of the 2 bottom-seeded teams, Liberia or the Gambia. Kyle, I'll ask you to provide the option.
Première question, qui va jouer contre le Ghana? Donc les deux dernières équipes au classement FIFA du mois de juin, la Gambie et le Libéria. Donc les deux pays devra jouer contre le Ghana.
Let's give them a good shake and choose the first team out.
Et choisir une des deux. La Gambie.
So, the first match of the tournament, Ghana against the Gambia.
Le premier match du tournoi va opposer le Ghana à la Gambie.
That game will kick off at 3 p.m. on the 9th of September at Sekondi Tokorado.
Coup d'envoi 15h00 à Sekondi Takoradi le 9 septembre.
And just to prove that the other name in that pot was, and indeed should be, Liberia, we need to verify that, ladies and gentlemen.
Donc nous allons vérifier que l'autre poule ne peut être que le Libéria. Libéria, donc.
Perfect. So, to confirm, the first game in Group B will be Senegal against Liberia.
Donc pour confirmer, le premier match du groupe B va opposer le Sénégal au Libéria.
That game, ladies and gentlemen, will be scheduled for Sunday, the 10th of September at the new Cape Coast Stadium. And magnificent it is too, I am told.
Donc ce match aura lieu dans le merveilleux et beau stade de Cape Coast le dimanche 10 septembre.
And so we move on to find out who will join Ghana in Group A.
Donc nous allons voir qui va rejoindre le Ghana dans le groupe A.
This should be one of Nigeria or Burkina Faso.
Certainement, ça ne peut être que soit le Nigeria ou le Burkina Faso.
Nigeria, I don't think I need to say
Le
much more.
Nigeria.
Well, this is a tournament with the wow factor already for obvious reasons. I'm learning a great deal about the rivalry as well as the wonderful history of your respective countries, but to get a clash like that, potentially in this tournament, wonderful. So,
On connaît la grande rivalité qu'il y a entre le Nigeria et le Ghana, donc cela ne pourra que rehausser le niveau de la compétition.
not a guarantee, I should add, Mama, at this stage that your two teams will meet, but I think the form book suggests there's a very good chance.
Il n'y a aucune garantie que les deux équipes se rencontrent, mais il y a de fortes possibilités.
So, Sammy, this should mean, to confirm please, that Burkina Faso will go into Group B along with Senegal. Could we verify that, please?
Donc nous allons confirmer que le Burkina Faso va rejoindre le groupe B du Sénégal.
Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
So Burkina Faso into Group B along with Senegal.
Donc le Burkina Faso va rejoindre le Sénégal dans le groupe B.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Sierra Leone and Niger to find out their destiny.
Donc c'est le moment de connaître la destinée de la Sierra Leone et du Niger.
Sammy, maybe we ask you at this point to have a little dart in that bowl.
Donc nous allons demander à
Bring
Samy
somebody good luck. A
maintenant
man who
de prendre la relève.
who of course savoured both sides of the luck of the game infamously, and I'll never forget that Champions League final, Sammy. Am I allowed to mention it here today? I don't think I am, and I don't think I should go any further. That one. You were a brave man then, and you're a brave man now. Thank you. So Sierra Leone into Group A.
Va rejoindre le groupe A.
And that should mean, please again, we'll try to verify, in Group B, it should be Niger.
Donc, nous allons confirmer que dans le groupe B, ça sera le Niger.
Niger. Thank you both very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We're going to change sides now and bring in our tactical alteration, Mama.
Donc, nous allons changer de côté.
And maybe, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our first two legends up here. Thank you, gentlemen.
Donc,
Thank you very much
un
indeed.
applaudissement.
So to confirm, so far, Zone A, Ghana, the Gambia, Nigeria against Sierra Leone, the alternate group, Senegal versus Liberia, Burkina Faso versus Niger.
Donc, nous allons confirmer pour le moment dans le groupe A. Nous aurons le Ghana contre la Gambie, le Nigeria contre la Sierra Leone et dans le groupe B, le Sénégal contre le Libéria et le Burkina Faso contre le Niger.
The fascination as an outsider is the depth of quality in your region. The next two teams bear that out, ladies and gentlemen. Côte d'Ivoire, reigning African champions, and perfect. So, to confirm, the first game in Group B will be Senegal against Liberia.
Donc, pour confirmer, le premier match du groupe B va opposer le Sénégal au Libéria.
That game, ladies and gentlemen, will be scheduled for Sunday, the 10th of September, at the new Cape Coast Stadium. And magnificent it is too, I am told.
Donc, ce match aura lieu dans le merveilleux et beau stade de Cape Coast le dimanche 10 septembre.
And so we move on to find out who will join Ghana in Group A.
Donc, nous allons voir qui va rejoindre le Ghana dans le groupe A.
This should be one of Nigeria or Burkina Faso.
Certainement, ça ne peut être que soit le Nigeria ou le Burkina Faso.
Nigeria. I don't think I need to say.
Le Nigeria.
Well, this is a tournament with the wow factor already, for obvious reasons. I'm learning a great deal about the rivalry as well as the wonderful history of your respective countries, but to get a clash like that, potentially in this tournament, wonderful. So,
donc, on connaît la grande rivalité qu'il y a entre le Nigeria et le Ghana, donc cela ne pourra que rehausser le niveau de la compétition.
not a guarantee, I should add, Mama, at this stage that your two teams will meet, but I think the form book suggests there's a very good chance.
Il n'y a aucune garantie que les deux équipes se rencontrent, mais il y a de fortes possibilités.
So, Sammy, this should mean, to confirm please, that Burkina Faso will go into Group B along with Senegal. Could we verify that, please?
Donc nous allons confirmer que le Burkina Faso va rejoindre le groupe B du Sénégal.
Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
So Burkina Faso into Group B along with Senegal.
Donc le Burkina Faso va rejoindre le Sénégal dans le groupe B.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Sierra Leone and Niger to find out their destiny.
Donc c'est le moment de connaître la destinée de la Sierra Leone et du Niger.
Sammy, maybe we ask you at this point to have a little dart in that in that bowl.
Donc nous allons demander à
And bring
Samy
somebody good luck. A
maintenant
man
de prendre la relève.
who of course savoured both sides of the luck of the game infamously, and I'll never forget that Champions League final, Sammy. I'm allowed to mention it here today. I don't think I am, and I don't think I should go any further. That one. You were a brave man then, and you're a brave man now. Thank you. So Sierra Leone into Group
Sierra
A.
Leone va rejoindre le groupe A.
And that should mean, please again we'll try to verify, in Group B it should be Niger.
Donc nous allons confirmer que dans le groupe B, ça sera le Niger.
Niger. Thank you both very
Le
much, ladies and
Niger.
gentlemen. Thank you very much. We're going to change sides now and bring in our tactical alteration, Mama.
Donc nous allons changer de côté.
And maybe, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our first two legends up here. Thank you, gentlemen.
Donc
Thank you very much
un
indeed.
applaudissement.
So to confirm, so far, Zone A, Ghana, the Gambia, Nigeria against Sierra Leone. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the draw for this inaugural WAFU Cup of Nations 2017. One more time, on our left, Sekondi Takoradi, Ghana, our host nation, against the Gambia, Nigeria against Sierra Leone, Mali, Mauritania, Guinea against Guinea-Bissau. And in the opposing group, Senegal, Africa's #1 FIFA-ranked nation, against Liberia. Burkina Faso.
Au niveau de la zone, nous avons la Côte d'Ivoire, ancienne championne d'Afrique, et nous avons le Mali qui monte en puissance.
So into Group A.
Donc dans le groupe A, nous aurons le Mali.
And then to confirm, gentlemen, that should say Côte d'Ivoire to go into Group B.
Donc nous allons confirmer que la Côte d'Ivoire ira dans le groupe B.
Thank you very much.
Côte d'Ivoire.
So Côte d'Ivoire into Group B. So next, Mauritania.
On passe au prochain.
Who goes where? Mauritania and Togo. The first team out will go in Group A.
Donc, Mauritanie et Togo. La première équipe qu'on va tirer ira dans le groupe A.
Mauritania.
La Mauritanie.
To play Mali.
Qui va jouer contre le Mali.
And so,
Et paradoxalement, les deux représentants de la Mauritanie et du Mali sont assis côte à côte. Mali and Mauritania are seated next to each other.
but it's not a friendly tournament. And to confirm, in Group B, therefore, thank you so much, Togo.
Donc pour confirmer dans le groupe B, le Togo.
And I may be wrong, but that sounds like one of the best games of the first stage of this tournament itself, actually.
Donc je peux me tromper, mais ça ressemble à un des meilleurs matchs qui aura lieu lors de ce tournoi.
So, the penultimate pairing. Now, for the fate of Guinea and Benin.
Donc, le destin de la Guinée and who?
Benin.
Et du Bénin.
Into Group A will go.
Le premier tiré ira dans le groupe A.
Guinea into Group A.
Donc, la Guinée va rejoindre le groupe A.
And that should now confirm that Benin will go into Group B. Let's verify that.
Nous allons confirmer que le Bénin ira dans le groupe B.
Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, to finalize this draw for Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau.
Donc nous allons finaliser ce tirage au sort avec le Cap-Vert et la Guinée-Bissau.
Guinea-Bissau. So it will be Guinea against Guinea-Bissau.
Ça sera la Guinée contre la Guinée-Bissau dans le A.
And that will require the commentators to have an early night the night before and be focused.
Donc je dirais aux commentateurs de dormir tôt la veille.
And lastly, therefore, the name of Cape Verde. Cape Verde to go into Group B. Thank you both, gentlemen. Again, tremendous job. Thank you so much.
Le Cap-Vert va
Our
rejoindre le
thanks.
groupe B.
What a pleasure to meet you all again.
Et je
Thank
vous
you very much
remercie
indeed.
tous pour le
Thank you very much.
merveilleux travail que vous venez d'effectuer sous vos applaudissements.
And Kyle, thank you both very much indeed for invigilating our
Kyle, merci beaucoup pour nous avoir aidés.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the draw for this inaugural WAFU Cup of Nations 2017. One more time. On our left, Sekondi Takoradi, Ghana, our host nation, against the Gambia. Nigeria against Sierra Leone. Mali, Mauritania, Guinea against Guinea-Bissau. And in the opposing group, Senegal, Africa's #1 FIFA-ranked nation, against Liberia. Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire against Togo, and Benin against Cape Verde. The opening match on the 9th of September, Ghana against the Gambia in Tokoradi. Let me stress 4 days of knockout football, into a round-robin format. During those games, no extra time, straight to penalties if necessary, to decide the destination of the points, ultimately leading to a group winner and a group runner-up. Each of those two teams from each section go forward to the semi-finals where they swap. So the winner of Group A plays the second team in Group B and vice versa. Obviously, all this leads then to the final scheduled for Tokoradi on Sunday, September the 24th, the final itself for this wonderful trophy, a hefty cheque thanks to Fox Sports Africa, and all the prestige from being the first winner of the WAFU Cup of Nations. You've been a lovely audience. I want to thank you all. I hope very much to meet many of you when the tournament itself comes round. It's a wonderful initiative. We look on in admiration in the rest of the world for the depth of talent you produce, and we all want to get to see more of it. Thank you very much indeed for your attention.
Donc, je voudrais beaucoup vous remercier pour votre attention.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together one more time for Paul Dempsey?
Thank you.
And of course, trust the very experienced Paul Dempsey to give advice to all of the commentators, especially when you're doing that game between Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. Drink a lot of pineapple juice, will you? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, just before we wrap all of this up, a reminder that it's going to be a beautiful time to celebrate ourselves as an African people, and more importantly, West African people with rich football talent and great skill. You will get the opportunity to visit the beautiful beaches of Sekondi Takoradi and of Cape Coast, and of course all the wonderful forts and castles and every other thing that there is tourism-wise. Ladies and gentlemen, there are great people amongst us, and a few of them I'd like to introduce to you before we wrap everything up. Ghana is a great nation when it comes to achievements at the Africa Cup of Nations, and there are 3 legends amongst us. Ladies and gentlemen, with a very big round of applause, please help me welcome Reverend Osei Kofi, the dribbling magician Mohamed Polo, and of course, Mr. Dan Owusu. Let's put our hands together for them. Great legends of the game who brought a lot of fame and a lot of glory to our nation, Ghana. We love you so much, and we thank you very much for everything you've done for our great nation, Ghana. And on that note, Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, would like to say thank you so much for being a part of all of this. Mamadou?
Donc, merci, mesdames et messieurs.
Complica aí,